All right, my friends, we're going to start Yogalates, this Friday edition. Please step to your mat and just kneel down, one knee at a time. Again, bare feet, modify as needed. Once you get down to your mat, why don't you just sink back onto your feet? Press those feet nice and flat. We're going to find our breath for a minute. Always important with these types of flows, right? Moving with the breath, fluid movements, body awareness the entire time. And we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. I want you to just sit back on your feet, sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders up to the ears and pull them back as much as you can. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, pull the shoulders back before you roll forward. I want you to really do as exaggerated shrugs as you can. We're going to start getting some of that tension and stress out of the upper back traps. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep going. Move with your breath. Sinking your butt down as deep as you can onto the feet. Keeping the head and chest up tall. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Deep belly breaths as we go through our flow. I like to do more mat Pilates breath. That's in the nose, out the mouth, but you breathe freely. You can go in the nose, out the nose. That's our classic yoga breath. Let's do a few more. Here we go. Big shoulder rolls. Inhale up, pull the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. 1 more time, all the way up, pulling back. All right, great. We're already set up for a child's pose. Let's take the knees out a little wider and go ahead. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Bring your head and chest down as deep into your mat as you can. Stretch the arms forward. Let's take 3 breaths, and then we're going to add in some little side movements. We're going to really ease in today. We're going to start restoring and just testing the waters, finding our breath. 2 more nice deep belly breaths. Sink your butt down onto those feet as deep as you can, and just let yourself melt down into your mat. Reaching all the way out through those arms. Let's take 1 more breath. Keeping your butt down as deep as you can. Let's walk the arms all the way to the right, especially the left arm. Reach all the way across to the right with your left arm, and then stretch that right arm out too. And push your chest down right on top of your right knee. 3 breaths. Nice big stretch all down the left side of the back. Flat. 2 more breaths. Make sure you are all the way out on those fingertips. We're stretching the back out. It's all left side of the back. Give it 1 more nice big breath, guys, and then we'll walk the hands and arms over to the left as far as you can. So we want to really emphasize reaching across with the right arm, and then stretch that left arm out to join it. Get all the way on those fingertips without letting your butt lift up off of your feet. And sink down. Take 3 breaths. Really letting your body come down deeper on those exhales. Still trying to reach out further, especially through those right fingers. 1 more nice big breath. Okay, come back to the center. Stretch your arms out in front of you as far as you can. And let's just come forward into Cobra. Head, chest comes up high. Make sure those feet are nice and flat. Of course, as I always say, if high Cobra does not feel good on your low back, just come down to your elbows and then lift your head and chest up. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your abs in tight. Squeeze your glutes. 3 breaths. Or pushing through the arms, pulling the shoulders back and flexing your hips into your mat gently with the abs tight, squeezing the glutes. Stretching the abdomen and hip flexors. 1 more breath. And we'll come into table pose. Just push back, get your arms straight under your shoulders, knees under your hips. I always emphasize cat and cow. I think that this is a really simple but important stretch to do for the back and spine. When we go to cat, draw your stomach in and up, round your shoulders, arch your back. We're flexing the spine to the sky. Tuck your chin to your chest. Look at your belly button. We want as much movement from the neck all the way to the tailbone on your breath when we go to cow. Extend the spine down, lift the head high, and then turn and look over your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Be very careful when we do neck stretches. Here we go. Bring the head back to center and go into cat. On your breath, push into the floor. Squeeze the glutes. And inhale, or on your breath, go to cow. Lift the head high and then turn and look over your left shoulder. Bring it back to cat. Here we go. Head to the center. Tuck your chin. Look at your belly button. Arch your back higher and lower as we go through. Here we go. Release the cow. Extend the spine down. Keep the arms straight. And once you get that head high, look back over your right shoulder. We're just adding in a little neck stretching with our cow. Here we go. Head back to center. Go into cat. On your breath, release the cow. Extend, arch the back down, lift the head high, and then look over your left shoulder. Let's do it one more time on each side. Come to cat. Keep trying to get higher with the back. Squeeze the abs in and up. Feel that stretch all through the back and spine. Here we go. Release the cow. Lift the head high. Look over your right shoulder. And as always, modify as needed. If the neck movement doesn't feel good, come back to cat. Please don't add it in. We're going to do it one more time. Last cat. And release the cow, extend the spine down, lift the head high, and then just turn gently and look over the left shoulder. And then we'll go right into modified downward facing dog. Bring your head back to center. Try to make sure your knees are right under your hips, 90-degree angle at the knees and hips. Stretch your arms out in front of you as far as you can, wider than the shoulders without coming forward. Keep the knees under the hips, and then we're going to push our chest down into the floor as deep as you can. Reaching out through the arms and fingers, pulling the shoulders back. 3 breaths. Turn your head to one side so you can get your chest all the way down as deep as possible without your nose hitting the floor. If you want to alternate sides that you turn your head, you can start in one side and then on your breath, change to the other side. 2 more breaths. Reaching out through the arms. We're really getting a good stretch through the chest, front of the shoulders, upper back. Really stretching the whole back out. Let's take one more nice big breath into it. Okay, good. Drag the arms back and come into table pose. We're going to take it up a notch. We're going to start in heel presses. Step the feet back one at a time. So you come into full prone plank position. Dive your head down as much or as little as you want. Find a position where you feel strong in the arms. It's going to be some kind of a down dog position. And we're walking the knees in. Walk the knees in one at a time. We bend one knee and we press the opposite straight leg heel towards the floor. And we're stretching Achilles tendons, soleus, calves, hamstrings. Full posterior chain warm up right here. Don't worry about following me exactly. Move with your breath. Inhale as you twist the hip and bent knee in. Exhale as you start to press the heel of the straight leg towards the floor. And if your arms get tired, we're going to go to pigeon next. You can go down to child's pose and wait for us at any point. Here we go. Press and stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Press and stretch. Let's do 3 more breaths. Pushing the head down a little deeper towards your bent knee. Getting into that stretch a little deeper as we go. 1 more breath. Okay, flatten your back out. Very slowly cross your right leg under your body for pigeon. Slide your left leg back as straight and as far away as you can. You should be feeling a good stretch on the outer back side of that right hip, the glutes piriformis. Once you find your pigeon position, slowly fold into your mat. If you can, if you need to stay up on your hands because you're getting a big stretch, stay here, that's fine. Work through your sticking points every week. And we're restoring and stretching. Focus on belly breath. Let's do a couple more. Let's give it a little bit of time. Keep trying to slide your back leg further and further, flatter and flatter, or trying to pull your foot up higher towards your head and chest, that right leg crossed under. Those are both ways to get deeper into the stretch. Nothing past an 8 of discomfort when we stretch. One more breath. We're going to do that again on the left side. Heel presses. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Push tall. Bring your back left knee off the floor. Draw the right leg back. Any way you can make that transition is fine. Back into down dog. Walking the knees in. Pressing the heel. Move with your breath. Don't worry about mine. We're going to do about 5 to 10 breaths. Keep trying to push the head down a little further, a little deeper towards your bent knee. That will get you more into the stretch. Make sure your heel is not quite touching the floor as you press it back. Turn your hips in a little bit more as you press. Let's do 3 more breaths, then we cross the left leg under to pigeon. And 2. One more time. Flatten your back out slowly. Remember, everything is with precision. Cross the left leg under. Fluid, precise movement. Slide the right leg back. Here is our starting pigeon position. If you feel like you can go deeper, you can put a little weight into it and fold down into your mat or stay up on the arms. Let's spend a little time. 3 breaths in our pigeon. It's a really great stretch once you get the hang of it. Just give it 1 or 2 more breaths. Give it time. A lot of dense muscles and ligaments around the hips. Last breath in our pigeon, we're going to take it right into frog pose. Bring yourself up. Put your weight on your hands so you can uncross your left leg and just come into table pose to start. If you're on a hard floor and it doesn't feel good to have your knees off your mat, put your knees as wide as you can, staying on your mat. If you're able to go all the way out off the mat, put your toes together and your knees as wide as possible. So have your toes touching the whole time, knees out as wide as you can. And then we're going to just slowly push the butt back, push your butt back as deep as you can onto your feet. And then relax down into your mat, keeping your butt back on your feet as deep as you can. And let's take 3 breaths into our frog pose. We're opening up the hips a little bit, stretching the inner thigh. Keep pushing your butt back as deep as you can and lowering yourself down into your mat as deep as you can without letting that butt come up. Take 1 more breath, and then we're going to stretch out the hamstrings. We have not done anything for hamstrings. Bring your hands under your shoulders, push yourself up tall, and go all the way into hero pose. Bring the knees in, go into hero pose. Let's step the right foot forward, and we're going to go to modified triangle position. So bring your right foot out in front of you. Extend the knee all the way straight. Lock the knee out and flex the toes. Let's take the hands down the leg slowly. Without bending the knee, we're folding into our modified triangle. If you can take your hands all the way to the floor without bending the knee, great. If you need to stay up here on the leg and just fold down, find a position that works for you where you feel strong and steady to take 3 breaths, folding to the knee. Ooh, my hamstrings are really tight today. They're recovering from a workout. Take it slow. Listen to your body, nothing past an 8 of discomfort. Use your breath to carefully work through sticking points. We're going to take 2 more. We're going to be going to modified reverse triangle after this. Big hamstring stretch. You can feel that right away. Keep all those muscles in the back of the leg as long as you can as you stretch by locking the knee and flexing the toes. 1 more breath. We're going to bend that front knee and let the foot come flat. Bring your hips forward. Take your left hand to the floor under your chest somewhere where you feel comfortable. So you have the right leg forward, left hand down. And on your breath, we're going to bring that right arm up and reach behind you. Try to keep the arm somewhat in line. Try to not let this knee bow out as you twist. Keep that knee right in front of the hip. And that imaginary wall is behind you. We're going to push our back against it for 3 breaths. Twisting through the hips and trunk. Palm is forward. Turn your head and look up your arm to the sky if you can. Let's take 1 more breath. Good. Bring the right hand down to join your left. Draw the right leg back so you're in table pose. And let's go into our child's pose for a quick recovery. Let's restore for a minute. Push all the way back. Relax down. And let's take 3 belly breaths. Let's give that a little bit of time. Restoring, taking the energy all the way back down to 0. And let's take 1 more breath, and then we're going to sit up tall on the knees and step the left leg forward, and then extending the knee all the way straight for our modified triangle. Start by taking the hands down the leg slowly, keeping the knee locked, the toes flexed. If you can take your hands to the floor, do so, or keep them on the leg. Find your sticking point when you do that first fold down. Our 3 breaths past it. One or 2 more breaths, guys. Keep taking it down towards the knee. See if you can get your nose to your knee. Ooh, not for me today. My hamstrings are tight and recovering. Last breath. Bring your head, chest up and hips forward so you're in forward low lunge. Keep the right hand down on the floor. Wherever you feel strong, take a nice big breath in, and on your exhale, modified reverse triangle. Bring that left arm up, palm forward. The imaginary wall is behind us on the other side now. Push your back flat against it for 3 breaths, reaching up to the sky and behind you. Use your breath. Open the chest up. Turn your head, look up your arm to the sky if you can. 1 more breath. Bring your left hand down to join your right. Draw your left leg back. have a seat on your butt any way you can. Sit on your butt, swing your legs out in front of you. Make sure you have room behind you. If you're able to do a roll back, slowly roll yourself back one vertebrae at a time, or go to your side, whatever your back is okay with. Once you get flat, we'll do a quick good morning stretch. Bring the arms behind you. Reach back through the arms, reach down through your toes. You're getting every inch of your body as long as you can. We're decompressing and stretching the whole body. 2 more breaths. So I'm trying to find the happy middle ground between the microphone away from my face or in my mouth. Like we got it now. 1 more breath. Abs tight. Get as flat as you can. Bring those arms back and down, reaching. And a quick cradle. Bring the knees into your chest. Hug them down as firmly as you can. Wrap your legs up, cradling and squeezing the knees into the chest and body. Squeeze your abs. 3 breaths. Make sure that you're hugging those knees and your tailbone's lifting up a little bit. 1 more nice big breath. Good. Let your head relax down. Extend 1 leg down straight. Let's extend the left leg down straight so you get a better view of it. Bring the right leg up as straight as you can over your hip. We're going to do a straight leg single line hip twist. So if you're really tight in your hamstrings and you can't extend your leg up straight or this high, just do the best you can. If you need to keep the knee a little bent and can't bring the leg quite all the way up, no problem at all. Just bring the leg up as high as you can, as straight as you can. Reach as high as you can up with your left arm on the outside of your right leg. Put your right arm straight out to your side with your palm up. And then we're going to take that straight right leg over to the left, just like if we were doing a bent knee single line hip twist, except that knee straight. We're going to focus the stretch more on the IT band and the bicep femoris, which is one of the big hamstring muscles on the outside of the leg. Do not let the right shoulder lift up. In fact, if you turn your head and look down your right arm, it will help to keep that right shoulder down. Let's take 3 breaths once you find your sticking point. Don't steal range of motion from the knee. Keep the leg as straight as you can as you take it over. 2 more breaths. Take 1 more nice big breath into our straight leg single line hip twist. And we're going to go right into the other side. If you need to bend your knee to bring it back over the hip, you can do that now. Extend your right leg down straight. Bring your left leg up as straight and as high as you can over the hip. Left arm out to your side with the palm up. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg as high as you can grab outside your calves. And go ahead and take that leg over. Follow the same steps. Find your sticking point and take 3 breaths past it. That is the theme of our flow. 3 belly breaths past sticking points. Give the stretch a little time. 20 to 30 seconds is the minimum time before you get the true benefits of any stretch. 2 breaths. Working through the sticking points on your exhales. One more nice big breath into our straight leg single line hip twist. And if you need to bend your knee to bring it back in over the hip, do so. Bring your right leg up to join it. Let's cradle and let's massage the back and spine side to side for a few breaths. Hug the knees firmly. Massage the back and spine side to side. 2 more breaths. One more nice big breath. Excellent. Extend the legs down straight. Bring your arms behind you. We're going to go into a lying side bend stretch. I want you to grab your left elbow with your right hand. So grab the left elbow with your right hand, and I want you to bend at your waist and pull into the side bend, pulling on that left elbow over to the right. Bend at your waist, reach across, through those left fingers. We're stretching the triceps and lats on that left side. Should we get a stretch all down your left side? Reach down through your toes as you pull on that left elbow over to the right. 2 more breaths. Take one more nice big breath, and then we'll come back to the center. Take a nice big breath in, come back to the center, reach back with both arms and grab the right elbow with your left hand. And on your exhale, bend at the waist as you pull that right elbow over to the left. Reach through those right fingers across to the left as you reach down through your toes. Get the right side of your body as long as you can. You really should be getting a nice big stretch all the way from behind the elbow, down the back of the arm, triceps, back behind the armpit where the lat ties in, and all down the sides of your lat on that right side. 2 more breaths. One more nice big breath in. Okay, good. Come back to the center. Go ahead and sit yourself up. Nice and easy. If you can roll up, sit yourself up any way you can. If you need to go to your side, that's fine. Sit up nice and tall. Have the legs extended out straight, locking the knees, flexing the toes towards you, and make sure your toes are pointed to the ceiling. Take a nice big breath in and bring the arms overhead as high as you can. 2 more breaths. Reaching up and back. Try to get the arms in line with the ears. Head, chest tall, reaching the crown of your head to the sky. 1 more big breath in. And on your exhale, forward spine stretch. Reach out through the arms as you dive the head, chest down towards the legs without bending the knees. Look at that nice round back we're making. That's why we call this forward spine stretch. We're stretching the hamstrings and the back and spine. 3 breaths. Nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to just relax down into the legs a little deeper as we reach out through the arms a little further. 2 more breaths. Round the back and shoulders as you sink down into the legs. Let's take 1 more nice big breath into our forward spine stretch. Excellent. Unroll yourself up. Bring the legs in so you're in a cross-legged position and just relax. Put your right arm, or hand, I should say, down on the floor. Take your left hand to the right side of your head. And I want you to think about dropping your right shoulder down. So anchor your right shoulder down. We're pulling the right shoulder towards the floor. Sit up tall as you do so, and just gently pull your head over towards your left shoulder. Let's take 3 breaths. Again, please be very, very careful when we do neck stretches. There's a lot of things going on in the neck. 2 more breaths. We're stretching the neck erectors, all the muscles in the back and side, back and right side of the neck. And as you pull that shoulder down, you should really feel a good counter stretch effect. We're stretching those muscles from both ends. One more breath. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Don't take away the angle of the neck stretch. Okay, bring your head up tall. Drop your right hand to the floor next, or left hand, excuse me, your left hand to the floor next to you. Pull that shoulder down. Take your right hand to the left side of your head and go ahead and gently go into the assisted neck stretch. 3 breaths. Dropping the shoulder down towards the floor. Let the arm hang heavy as we gently pull the head to the right shoulder, sitting up tall. 2 more breaths. One more breath into our neck erector stretch. And let's do a couple of quick full neck rotations to finish. Let me turn so you can see me a little bit better. Just relax your hands to your sides. Tuck your chin to your chest and lean forward just a little bit. Lean forward just a little bit. Let's roll the left ear to the left shoulder and feel that stretch on the right side of the neck. Look up and back as high to the sky as you can. Roll the right ear down to the right shoulder and feel that stretch down the left side of the neck, chin back to the chest. Let's do one more in that direction. Inhale as you round up, left ear, left shoulder, eye to the sky, right ear to right shoulder, chin to the chest. Let's go in the opposite direction. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, look up and back, high to the sky. Exhale as you take the left ear to the left shoulder, chin back across the chest. One more time, guys, for our flow today. Inhale, round up, stretching the neck all the way around. Exhale as you come back down, bring your chin to your chest and lift your head up. And that is where we're going to go ahead and stop for today. It is that time. It's our Yogalates edition this Friday. Let me come and pause that recording. As always, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you feel better. That is always the goal.